Hello, my friends and aspiring billers from all around the world. Well, this is another episode about billing, and I would be talking about the claims management process because claims management process is something which everybody or people who does medical billing should know very well. Claims management process is nothing but sending the data to the payers or insurance companies in such an appropriate manner so that it can transmit all the information you want to send in the most accurate way. There is one important platform or a tool I want to talk about, which is called Clearinghouse, which helps us into sending the data from provider to payer and also helps us in receiving the data electronically from payer to back into the practice management system. Practice management system is the system which a provider uses. Normally, every provider has only one clearinghouse. If for any reason a provider is using a multiple clearinghouse, there might be a way you can use it for different tax IDs, but for each tax ID, typically in a normal circumstances, only one clearinghouse is being used. So let's say, what is a clearinghouse? Let us try to understand what is a clearinghouse. So clearinghouse is a standard platform, standard bridge or a medium between a provider and provider's practice management system and a payer, which is the insurance company's practice adjudication system, which manages the entire claim submission process. Not only the claim submission process, it also manages the claim workflow process. How many things a clearinghouse can manage? Let's see. Clearinghouse makes sure that when the patient appears in your practice, in your office, it does the eligibility verification check. That's the first thing a clearinghouse does. Then the second thing it does is a claim submission process. So if you have a claim, you remember in our last episode we talked about a charge. So once the charge is done, we enter the CPT code, ICD codes, we enter all those 33 forms. The charge is submitted to a clearinghouse. So that's the second function of the clearinghouse. The third function, which recently started of all the clearinghouses, is check or track the claim status. So when a clearinghouse is linked to the payer, it also sends the reports back at what stage the claim is at this moment, whether it has been adjudicated or it is pending or there is some information required from the provider end. Now the fourth thing a clearinghouse does in today's scenario is called 835, which means sending the e-remittances back into the practice management system. E-remittances is basically the payment or a denial or something where it says that, hey, we received the claim, we will get back to you after a few days. So these are the four major things which a clearinghouse does and which every biller should know. And for each function, there is a report tied with the clearinghouse. Now, where to see those reports, that's the main thing. Now, in every practice management system, there is an area which is called a claims management area. Normally, all these reports appear there. So every practice management system has to be linked with the clearinghouse, and the clearinghouse has to be linked with the payer. So this is a kind of a EDI setup. When you set up a new practice, typically this is a role of a billing company or somebody who's handling their practice management needs. They establish that link, and then the billers in future, they use it just by clicking some buttons within the practice management system. Sometimes clearinghouses also provides you a separate login and password, like MDON does that. There are other clearinghouses which are available, where you can manage the e-claims through their portal or through their access as well. Normally, I personally do not like that, but if you have something like that, you're very welcome to use Clearinghouse with their own interface, and it can give you a little bit more accurate information, but ultimately the information should flow back to the practice management system. So this is the most common uses of Clearinghouse, and I think as a biller, it is at most important, very, very important for you to understand the Clearinghouse reports, Clearinghouse process, understanding and interpreting those reports in a way so that you can do the resubmission of the claims. You can help the physician provide the information if it is missing. Typically there are 4 or 5 informations which are missing in any Clearinghouse, and that's where the claims get rejected, like a mismatch of the name, a patient name with the insurance data. Mismatch of the gender. Sometimes the patient gender is female and sometimes it goes as a male, so you forget to enter it, then the claims comes back that the gender is mismatched. Third and most common reason for denial is the NPI. Sometimes you're supposed to send a group NPI, but sometimes the NPI goes as an individual NPI of a physician and it mismatches. Sometimes a digit gets messed up, or sometimes a tax ID gets messed up. So these are some of the common reasons of a claim to be denied at the adjudication system of a provider. So I hope these things, when you would learn about Clearinghouse in detail, you should know these fundamental aspects of a clearinghouse. And no matter what clearinghouse you use, no matter what practice management system you use, these standard protocols are same, and these standard things are same pretty much in every clearinghouse. So with this, I would wish you all the best, and I hope you would understand the clearinghouse process and a claim management process. And once you start working as a biller, this would become an integral part of your daily workflow. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I really like to talk to you guys, and I would love to see some feedback coming out of this. You can leave the feedback on my Instagram videos as a comment box, or if you're watching on the YouTube, please feel free to write a comment.